Okay, I think I think we are live now, and I'm not sure why I am streaming this, but I've been wanting to live stream myself doing open source contributions relating to the UX writing and content design for quite a while now, and I just thought, okay, let's do it tonight. So yeah, so I don't have any plans, but the only thing that I know for sure is I'm gonna fix one help text for a drop down field. So that is the goal right now. So yeah, so let me just take you through the app and exactly show you what exactly we're going to fix. And if I sound awkward, then it's because this is new to me. It's entirely new to me. Yeah, okay. So this is the app Chatwood. This is an open source app, and this is where we're going to make a contribution. So Chatwood is basically live chat embedding software. You could embed a piece of code on your website or on your app, and a live chat bubble would appear whenever visitors come to your web page. So that is the simplest explanation, but it also supports enterprise customers as well. So it has a lot of contributions, but that is the core or the features I've used before. So what exactly we're going to fix here is, if you just go into a Teams inboxes, yes, sure, edit, you see this help text here, send a greeting message to the users when they starts the conversation. So the obvious mistake is the grammar, so which is in plural. So this is what we're going to fix. So at least for now, we're going to keep it very simple so that I can explain what open source is and how to do it. Yeah, so this app is hosted on GitHub. I've been making contributions to Chatwood for quite a while now, so I already have this forked and cloned on my local machine. But typically, the way the open source contribution starts is you start by reporting the issue. So that is what we are gonna do right now. Enhancement request, yes. So what grammatical mistake in help test for a drop down, and where is it, in inbox setting. So what we have to convey in the issue is what exactly is the problem, and if you have any other solutions, you could also do it. So I'm just gonna remove all these things in the problem, please. So we don't have to explain a lot because this is much it's pretty self-explanatory, but what we are going to do is we're going to take a screenshot. So and we're going to mark exactly what we are trying to fix. Let's just change this color to red. That is it. So probably a little thick. Done. And yes, what we are going to do is open Finder here, and we're gonna drop it. So the screenshot is attached. So once this is done, we'll submit the issue. So now if I go to my GitHub profile and see, so today's date is 23 May. I've made one contribution. So even if you don't fix the issue, reporting it is also considered a contribution. So now that you have reported the issue, what we have to do next is fix it, obviously. So but how are we going to fix it? What are the changes that we are going to do? So I follow a process similar to this. So I have a document always ready. So yeah, so what is the issue number? So documenting helps in creating portfolios at a later state. And even if you're in a work setting, full-time work setting, it helps you to get back to it or refer to it later, and probably even reduce a lot of the conversations on Slacks. You could just refer this doc to your stakeholders and they can see what you're trying to do. Okay, so copy this table. This is a template which I've already created, so I'm just going to paste it here. Yes. So the text here is send a greeting message to the users. So this is the current content proposed. Okay, so this is how we are going to work. Expand to full. Okay, now you can see it much better, I guess. So the first thing, so I didn't think of a better alternative before starting the stream. I think that could have helped, but still. Okay, so this is what I do. Once I have this entire thing ready and I know the context of what I'm exactly going to fix, I'll just try to come up with multiple variations of the whatever element which I'm trying to fix. If it's a CTA button, help text, tooltip, error message, everything. So the problem here is obviously the grammatical error. So we're just going to fix that first, and a greeting message to the users when they start the conversation. Okay, so from here I'm gonna try to optimize it or make it sound better. So the term greeting message makes sense, and it is kind of a standard message across different live chat embedding apps, so we cannot change that. Send a greeting message to users. So when we say users, right, so this app, this widget can also be embedded in website as well. So it could be a static website, it could be a blog. So calling those visitors as users would not make sense, but even then, if we call it as visitors, then if it's an app where users are trying to contact, then they are not technically visitors as well, they are the users of the app. So the way I would approach this specific thing is, so who's gonna read this message? So this is going to be read by users of the chatbot, this specific text, but what they are trying to edit is the message that their users or visitors could be reading. So that is what they're trying to communicate here. So the best thing I would say is send a greeting message. Users would not work, visitors would not work. So users / visitors when they start the conversation. Send a greeting message to the, okay, so I think send a greeting message to the people when they start the conversation. Okay, I think this is much better now, but okay, but the other thing we could also improve is a greeting message could be sent manually as well. So that is how live chats work, but the different or the value proposition here is this automatically sends a message. The system, the chatbot app automatically sends the message. So what I would do is automatically send a greeting message when people start a conversation. I think this sounds much better. It clearly defines what is the value for disabling this field, enabling this field, and automatically send a greeting message when people start a conversation. Okay, I think this sounds a lot better. Okay, yeah, this is it. So the comments, or what I would call it as the rational column, what I do is focusing on communicating the value proposition, which is automatic greeting. Okay, then fix the grammatical error. Okay, so the reason why I add rationals is because for a content like this is kind of pretty self-explanatory, but when you start working on buttons or error messages, right, so you would have to explain why this version of your uh, content works better than the other experiments or the variations that you might have worked on. So this I could just redirect stakeholders when they ask for a doubt or something. I can just ask them to refer this column, and this would pretty much explain whatever questions they might have had in their mind. So yeah, okay, so this is done. One other thing which I would do is I would probably hyperlink 4726. So yes, exactly. Okay, yes, done, perfect. So I could just come here and refer to it later, so I don't need this column. Done. So now we have the final text ready. What we can do is either you can go here and add a comment saying please change this to this, and you can add the rationals in the comments as well, but that is not what I'm trying to do. I am going to fix the issue in the code base itself. So to do that, I'm gonna need a GitHub desktop app. This is the repository, Chatwood repository. So I'm just gonna fix the latest changes that they've made. Yes, so this is the develop branch. What we are going to start with is creating a new branch. So the best approach, I would say, so naming a branch itself is kind of a an important stuff, so that you developers or the project maintainers can review it easily and they can identify what you're trying to fix. So okay, naming, I start with the issue number and help text channel greeting setting. Perfect. So I'm gonna create a branch. Then what we're going to do is make the actual change. So I'm gonna open this repository. So yes, okay, so what exactly this is, for example, I'll just show you what's happening here. So this is the entire code base of the Chatwood app that I was using a moment before. So if we go here, we can see all the images that they've used inside the app, all the APIs, probably all the server stuffs. So everything that is required or that is making the app run on the browser just a moment ago is there. So what I've done so far is I've created the issue, I've finalized the text which I want to change. So now all I have to do is go and fix it, and for that I've cloned the app already before this live stream, and I've created a branch with the latest changes. Now I'm opening the code base in Visual Studio Code, and the text that we are trying to fix here is this one. Send a greeting message to the users when they start the conversation. So I'm just gonna search for this text. So I think this is the easiest way. Now what you see here is these are all the instances where the specific text is used, but when you see the JSON file, it's all one single file. So what it's happening here is all these are locale files for different languages. Chatwood is available in multiple languages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the English version, and the locale for English language is EN. So if I could find, yes, this is it. So in their contributing guide itself, what they've specifically mentioned is if you want to make a content change, all we have to do is contribute or make changes only to the English language file, and they have their own translators and agency, and they would fix it. So this is what we are going to fix. So enable channel greeting, send a greeting message to the users when they starts the conversation. So what is the final text we came up with exactly? Okay, so this is what we're going to change. Done. So if I go to the GitHub app, I can see this red text is what I've deleted and this green text is what I've changed it. So yes, you don't have right access to chat board. Oh, okay. Create a fork this repository to contribute to the plan. Okay, yeah, so that's it, it's done. So it's a small little detail, an important detail which I overlooked, but yeah, okay, so the change is done. So this is what now we'll have to save this change, which is probably called as commit in Git terms. So updated the text. The description is pretty obvious. So one other thing I would do is within the commit message, I would also include the issue number. So if I add hashtag here, it would show the recent issues that were created. So the recent issue is the one which I created. So which I created. So it's already linked. Now all I have to do is commit it. Now ideally what I should do after committing it is test this change in the local by creating a development build. But since I'm already live streaming, recording, playing music and making changes here, I'm not sure if my system can handle the local development. But to be sure, what I already did is I tested a similar thing to check if I just change this text how it would look, and it looked fine. And also the changes I'm making here is only within the quotation. So I'm just changing one simple text field, so it should not be an issue. So I'm not sure why it's taking longer to commit. Yes, now it's done. So now all I have to do is publish this branch. So what it means, like, to publish this branch is the branch which you just created here is only available in your local machine. So it's only available in your system, your laptop. Now you have to push this change which is made inside the branch to a remote repository, which is in simple terms to the internet, so that the project maintainers can view it and review it. So I'm publishing it. Once it's published, now all the project maintainers and all the contributors who are making changes to this repository Chatwood can see this branch, but they still can't merge it. So for that, what we have to do is create a request. I'm gonna ask them to, the project maintainers, to updated openable request description, I don't know, text. I'm gonna ask them to review this request, the change request, which is what we call it as pull request. They're gonna pull the changes from my local machine and merge it within their one original or source or the main repository. So description fixed. I could just rational slash, I think that is all. What I can do is I can just copy it and paste it here. So I think it would make sense to start from here. Okay, this one thing, content change rational. Okay, automatic. Okay, this should be fine. Now I'm creating a pull request. that is it. So these are some automatic tests that they have in place. They would check if the changes I made so far is good enough for them to merge. So if I go to my profile and see here, I've made two contributions. This is because one was for the issue and one was for the pull request which I just raised. So what will happen next is the project maintainers, when they get a chance, probably day after tomorrow or tomorrow itself, they will review the pull request which I raised, and they'll review the change and see if it's good enough, if it aligns with their content style guide and everything. And if it's good, they'll merge it. Once they merge it, in their next release cycle, I think for the chatbot, at least for the web app, it happens every week or two, I guess. I'm not sure about their release cycle. And when it is released, this change would also go live. So what we have done right now is we've fixed an UX writing issue in a real app, and that app is used by real customers all around the world. So if you're a beginner or a technical writer or a UX designer or a digital marketer, or anyone who's trying to get into UX writing but having a hard time creating a UX writing portfolio, this is a thing that you can try to do. You can start making open source contributions, so that way the portfolio that you create is actually real, and your interviewers or the companies can actually come to your GitHub profile and see the changes that you've made directly. So, and one other thing, or one of the benefits of making open source contribution is you learn to work remotely and you get to speak with the developers, different personas. You get to make rationales, or you get to explain yourself on why you made those decisions. This is what you'll exactly do in a full-time office setting if you were to work for a company full-time. So this is what exactly you'll do, and this is what we have done. But in terms of companies, you would get access to the design files as well, but that is something that's only available if you're making a lot of contributions and the project maintainers decides to give you early access to the design files itself. But this is more than enough for a beginner. You can learn a lot of things. You can learn to make conversations with the developers. You can learn to make or take a stand for yourself on your contention. So all these things you could learn in real time while you create a portfolio. So yeah, I think that is it for this live stream. So I'm not sure if I'll make another live stream in this week or ever. I'll have to review this video, and if it works fine, then yeah. But if I do make a live stream, again, I'll start by showing if the pull request or merged or whatever happens after this. If I get a message from them asking for a much more changes or clarifications, then the conversations would go on back and forth. But whatever happens next to this issue and this pull request, and if I make a live stream next, I'll start with that. So yeah, and if you want to follow me on Twitter or something, it's iPrithvi Tarun. So it will be available in this video description. And if you want to see this issue on this pull request, I'll also add the links to this issue and the pull request which I just raised in this video description. And that's about it for the live stream, and I hope my video didn't suck. See you.